Going to be continuing Whispers in Shadow, our journey through the Iliac Bay to Wayrest. Wayrest is our ultimate goal here. And for those who don't know, we are running with Archery, Short Blade, and Critical Strike. These are all agility skills because we have 90 agility. It's very important. We focused on agility. We have our agility skills. We are also a thiefy thief at times. That's why we got the lockpicking, pickpocket, and streetwise. Streetwise is for lying in court, by the way. Very good stuff. We actually succeeded in getting off after we stole, what, 20,000 gold worth of junk? We then got taken to court and we lied and got found not guilty. It was great. Let's see here. A stealth and mercantile. And for our magic skills, we got restoration to restore our stamina, mysticism so we can teleport, thaumaturgy so we can levitate, and illusion just because we had an extra skill slot there. Doesn't matter too much. We'll continue where we left off. Let's see here. We just did a quest for RK. We are a diviner in RK, which is very important. Yes. Stealth is automatically checked when you are around enemies to see if you can sneak up to backstab them. Alright, how many kingdoms am I hated for? I am hated in one kingdom. I am hated in Asafoya here. Yeah, this place. This is the only place I am hated. They think I'm pawn scum in Cambria, but other than that, I have a great reputation in Tulyun. Like, I'm respected here. And I'm mostly a nameless drifter in all the other areas. So we're currently in the Wolfgarian Mountains. For those who don't know, we just journeyed across the Wolfgarian Mountains to get a quest done for RK. And we're going to continue down south through Minerva, and then eventually to Wayrest, where we got a date with the princess. And by date, I mean she's going to send us to a necromancer-infested hellhole. Alright, well, let's go ahead and have a look and see how things are doing. Let's see here. My armor is cool, so it's important to dress well enough. Okay. So in other words, what we got going on right now, we're getting toward winter, and these mountains are really cold, so we're going to switch on over to our travel gear. And now we're nice and cool here. Very good. So, as you can see, we're warmly dressed. We don't need to make any adjustments. We're going to head on over down to the shop, see if there's anything we got over here. And yes, you can go check out my Morrowind guide for new players. I'm pretty sure I mentioned some basic mods that you should have. Alright, let's go into the essential gear store here. Very good. Let's have a peek. There's some salted fish. How much fish do we have? We actually have plenty of fish. I don't think we'll need any more. So let's not bother buying any fish. Alright. Checking to see if there's anything else. We can buy 10 arrows. That works. But you already have 5,000 arrows. Not nearly enough. How much is enough? All of them. Buy a bandage, buy some bread. See what's in here. An apple. Ooh. Debt? What's debt? We don't have that. Let's see here. We currently have 30,000 gold in the Bank of Tulyun and hundreds of thousands of gold in letters of credit that we carry on us. Because we're relocating from Tulyun. I'm done answering questions. Let's go down south now. We're getting a bit chilly here. And yeah, let's go over here. We're going to go through... how far is it to the border of Minerva? Let's see here. 5 hours away? If we can get a bit closer. Let's see. We can't sleep in Wood... We might be able to sleep in Woodwing Manor. Let's head over there. Just in case. Actually, how are we doing in terms of... if we had a decent meal. Okay, so let's see here. Alright. Let's see. Salted fish, some bread. Very good. Yes. Let's go. Yeah, the Wolfgarian Mountains is interesting, I've got to say. Because there is a little border here. Like, it's very clear that there's only the tiniest section that accesses the ocean. But, yeah, it's really weird. Alright, let's continue. Howdy, Matt. Good to see ya. Let's see here. We're just kind of progressing our way toward Wayrest, where we're going to meet with the princess. We're going to stop off in this little village here. Probably nothing to do here, but we're just going to sneak in really quick. That's the Laughing Goblin Tavern. I don't think there's anything I want. Oh, yes, I forgot. It's Halloween today. Tales and Talos. So, gonna go ahead and use stamina a couple times there. And we're gonna loop on through. So, yeah. It's Tales and Talos still. Yep. We don't care for to be fair, if trees were obstacles, it would make the tedious travel mod nearly impossible. I think that what they should do is have a road mod, and like you would follow your horse would follow the roads like Roach in The Witcher 3. That would be nice. So it's like you could take an extra long amount of time going by the roads, or you could go directly there manually. Oh boy. Animal tracks, avoid, please. We are invigorated by them. No, we're not. Let's eat a loaf of bread. Have an apple, and yeah, just an apple. Okay. We're good. Continuing the journey south. Is everyone forgetting that the Elder Scrolls 6 teaser trailer everyone was like, that's Azura's Crossing! High Rock and Hammerfell confirmed! And then now people are looking at leaks and thinking, oh, the leak is confirmed, it's High Rock and Hammerfell. The leaks are all fake, you nit. The leaks are all fake. We knew it was High Rock and Hammerfell because of the teaser trailer. You nitwit. Okay. It's not a day if I don't insult people watching my stream. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna say I'm kind of off to the side a bit more. There we go. That's better. Yes. See that mountain? You can make a bullshit leak about it. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. I don't think there's anything... Nah. Still Tales and Talos today. Wait, UES RPG 4.0 now set in Hammerfell? Oh boy. I mean, technically you could set that anywhere you damn well please, but are you doing a Hammerfell specific adventure? Because that might be interesting. Start doing consistent adventures there. Alright, Gearwing Manor it is. We're in Maneva now. These are the dirty Dibella worshippers. Yes. Your favorite is when they make articles about low-effort 4chan leaks? Yes. Well, let's put it like this. There was a guy on 4chan who said that he was an artist and he did like 2 days worth of quote-unquote AMAs. Someone I know who worked at Blizzard, someone I know who worked past tense at Bethesda said this guy's full of shit. Kind of funny. You're furloughed, so you're thinking about popping in the Imperial Library? Interesting. Kermit, thanks for subscribing. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, so you're thinking about popping by the Imperial Library, picking their brains about Hammerfell for it? I mean, yeah, there's quite a bit you can talk about as far as, like, Redguard culture goes. And I imagine... I do think that UES RPG could use some, let's just say, guided adventures, let's just say. You know, things that, akin to what Wizards does with their adventures. I'm just saying that there's a lot you can do, obviously, but it might be interesting. At the very least. Alright. Guys making 2 or 3 10-minute videos about a single picture tweet. Well, I mean... You got the quote-unquote Starfield leaks, where it was actually just some guy's Instagram. They, what do you call them? Just a guy working on it. And it's like, well, this is what you can expect from him because he's been hired on. It's confirmed that he works for Bethesda, so, you know, you can see some of his other artwork here. Like, oh boy. You said you bet 80% of the Redguard lore will be retconned or ignored? Yeah, I mean, that's typical, isn't it? Look at Oblivion. Ah, it's good to see your friendly face out here. May Julianos bless you. Okay. You are a Julianos worshiper. Damn shame I don't care about Julianos. I'm an RK worshiper, so I'm just gonna pinch a gold piece off you and head on out. Very good. Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, from Morrowind to Oblivion, it's kind of ridiculous how much lore was tossed aside, and Skyrim just completely destroyed the way of the voice and turned it into the dragon language. When the dragon language was something you can learn in Daggerfall, and there's nothing special about it. But wait, let's retcon Daggerfall's dragon language into just the speech of these lizards that look like dragons but aren't. Oh boy. Let's see. Creation engine. What are you talking about? Why would they lose technology that they want to use? The problem is, you give them a UE5, it's going to be just as garbage because it's the developers that are taking advantage of the engine. That's the problem, not the actual engine itself. All right, let's see here. Ooh, you think about something akin to the Pocket Guide to the Empire, the background in the province with plot hooks? That would be good. That would be really good, actually. I mean, anyone could start an adventure anywhere, but I think it might be good to give people, again, these little hooks where they're like, you know, just give them like a little overview of some kind of plot that could be going on relevant to each province, say like 2 or 3, and just you know, the Scroll of Adventures or something. I don't know. Hold on a second. We're not going to hunt birds. We're leaving. Yes. Yeah, the leaks say that there's quite some leaky stuff going on. What now? Hold on, I have to hit some things. Wait, do we just Gearwing Manor? Okay, they just keep telling me about Tails and Talos. Oh boy. Give me a second. I need to mess with something. Yeah. It's gonna brighten it up and see what happens. Oh boy, everything turns green. That's delicious. That's exactly what I wanted. Everything to turn green. Oh well. Let's see here. My stomach rumbles. And centaurs! And we're a bit chilly. Damn. Group of centaurs. Okay, let's... since we're a bit chilly already, let's hold up a surcoat. We're just gonna hold it up and cast frostbolts out of it. Ice storm! Damn right! Okay. That is as it should be. As it should be. Yeah, you understand.
Feel the power of my magic!
Alright. Ooh. Wow. It totally broke again. That's exciting. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm looking at the device. It's completely broken. This is amazing. There are no settings for the device at all. That's all I can do, apparently. Then I get shadows. Shadows. The main reason for the shadows... I'm going to try something ridiculous and see what happens. Probably going to break everything. I just want to see something. You need to mow your lawn? Of course. Of course you do. Alright, I'm turning on overhead light. I want to see... Wow! That's amazing. Yeah, we'll not be... Of course. No. There's a filter that I messed with before I started, and now everything's ruined, basically. And it's my fault, of course. Think I can hit that? Uh-huh. See here. Out of curiosity, see... There we go. My name is Richard Crane, and I am Zardoz, and I long to die. But death is no longer possible, for I am immortal. Never mind. Let's see here. As good as it's gonna get, I think. Alright. God in show business too. Bam. Alright, let's see here. You say that they've learned how much work it is modders are putting into fixing their games. Fallout 76 is only becoming relatively playable recently. I found that it was absolutely playable before, just not very good. And I found that they've added what, about 10-20 hours in, and that's about it. Like, okay, there's more content, sure, but if you didn't buy into the original premise of the game, which was running around looting stuff, then, you know, there's really nothing there to, exactly, shut up and pay us. Well, pretty much, actually. Yes. Well, single-player games are viable, it's just that, some of my favorite games also had multiplayer elements. I mentioned Neverwinter Nights yesterday, and I stick to what I said. It's a fun single-player game, but it's better with friends. Of course, everyone's like, well, the campaign sucks. You skip the campaign. Go play Shadows of Untitled or Hordes of the Underdark. That's when it got really good. Alright. see here. Buy some bread. Pretty sure we're going to die. It's, yes, many adventurers know the dangers of traveling at night. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're going to try anyway. So let's see here. Ooh, save it here. Yes. Correct. What they want is live services. They don't want to produce a single product. They want a product that keeps making money after the fact. That's why we have Elder Scrolls Blades. Unfortunately, in making the game more consumer-friendly, they nerfed their only real mechanism for getting players to be really invested in it. Hold on a second. I have to eat the fish apple. Good. Yeah, people keep talking about CD Projekt Red and specifically Cyberpunk 2077 and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Neither of them are made by AAA developers. Let's see. Temple of Zenithar. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're a Zenithar priest. Well, I don't care about Zenithar. I'm an Arcane worshiper. So... Oh God, I'm paralyzed! No! No! Unrestrainable common symbol! Free me from this priest of Zenithar! Run! Run! They're trying to, yeah. No. Okay, Anthem is an interesting story. Because they're completely reworking it into what I assume is going to be a free-to-play game. Which means it'll probably get slightly better and then a lot worse in different ways. Yes. You said CD Projekt Red isn't a AAA studio, but they have AAA money. Pretty much. When I say AAA, I mean they do not have the manpower like they're going to produce probably a really fun game. It's just at the end of the day, it's not going to necessarily be they're looking for. Let's see. Bethesda doing paid seasons? Very possible. Very possible, considering Fallout First is an abomination, and yet people like myself will gladly pay for it to be able to live stream alone. Yeah. Let's see here. Might not be polished as a Bethesda game. Bethesda's like a AA developer inside of a AAA publisher. Bethesda Game Studios is like a AA publisher. Seriously. Sorry, a AA developer. They've got major publishing power behind them, but they seem to be horribly mismanaged. Oh, here's a House of Dibella. Ever been to the House of Dibella before? This is a the House of Dibella is an interesting temple, isn't it? Oh, dear me. Dear me. This is all fine. It's all fine here now. Yes. Okay. Well, we don't actually have business here. I just popped in because it was a chance to show off what the House of Dibella looks like. Yes. Okay. We're gonna hop on into the Fighters Guild here and sleep for the night, I think. Good. Good. Hello, sir. Repairs. Let's see. How much would it take to repair a broken Daedric bow? 1 day? Let's stay here for a day. Not really. Not really. I don't want to. No, we're just gonna go to sleep. Sleep for the night. out in the morning. Let's go ahead and use, what do you call it, the jump spell, followed by the light spell, and then buoyancy. Just exhaust all our magicka, and then here we go. We are at 5 a.m. Go ahead and cast light twice. Sleep for a bit. That should be, what, 8 a.m.? Should be like 8 a.m. Yeah, it's 8:07, so let's go over to the tavern, get ourselves a meal. Actually, really quick, let's have a look at our food first and foremost. See if any of it's rotting. And we better eat our food first. Orange, yes. Good, got bread and an orange. That's fine. Bread and an orange, that's a meal, don't you know? Oh, it's a foggy day today. Let's have a look at the general store real quick. The general store, there it is. Should be able to buy some more salted fish, which will keep for longer. Wait a second. This isn't what I thought it was. Door open twice? Or did I open a different door? Doors that lead to wonders. Hello, miss. Okay, then. Let's leave. Gotta love the way they have, like, a half, a Daggerfall banner on its side. Kind of ridiculous. Not what I was looking for, though. I was looking for it all. Yes. I noticed that armored people, they ride pretty sensibly. But if you find someone without armor, and no, I wasn't able to find the person. Damn shame. I'm gonna say that the other rider rides a bit ridiculous. Here we go. Look at that. And from the front, no problem really. From the back, it's just and it doesn't happen with armored people. Look at her. See? No problem there. Normal riding. Okay. Let's go check out this general store. Yes. Alright. Continue. So we got an arrow here. Bandage. No problem there. Buy an apple. Things good. Let's see here. The sprite's permanently angry at you? Yes. Exactly. Yeah, the problem is, in order to fix a lot of their stuff, they're going to have to go, like, Bethesda Game Studios is going to have to refactor a lot of their code. We're talking, like, rebuilding it from the ground up. And that's not something I think they want to do during their normal development cycle. What they really need to do... I just bought some bread, some fish, I should say. Yeah, let's see. We should be good. Just gonna grab a loaf of bread. Anyway, yeah. The technology to make the game doesn't exist yet? What are you talking about? I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it's more along the lines of, current hardware isn't strong enough to, yeah, that's more than likely. What Todd Howard is most likely talking about is the technology for consoles. Like, I'm pretty sure the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever the hell they're calling it now, those should be good enough. Those should be about on par with my previous computer. And, anything you can do on the PC that is reasonable, you'll probably be able to do on those consoles. But let's put it like this. Technology isn't quite advancing as rapidly as it was over the last couple decades. Now, we're pretty much going to get consoles that can run, decently. Whereas that wasn't the case even in the PS4 era. They had to do a refresh on the Xbox and PlayStation in order to get us something decent, unfortunately. Because the Xbox, the PS4 and Xbox One were both outdated by the time they came out. Anyway, let's see here. We're gonna leave town now, I think. Yeah, we're gonna leave town. Have I eaten? Yeah, I'm still invigorated from my last meal. That's good. Okay. We're gonna go to Up Tower. It's 6 hours away. Very good. Shouldn't be a problem. How we doing right now? Cold, foggy day in the mountains. So we're still in the mountainous region, where it's all cold. That makes sense. Yep. But no, the creation engine itself isn't the problem. It's the developers who are making the games. If anything, if they moved over to, say, Unreal 4 or Unreal 5, the games would be worse because the developers wouldn't know what they were doing. It comes down to either a combination, most likely a combination, but either mismanagement or bad development. Probably a combination of the two. Now, hostile encounter, try to avoid. Very good. We avoided the encounter. This is fine. Yes. But no, changing engines isn't going to magically fix the problem. If anything, it'll make it worse because streaming landscape in from, you know, loading one section in and unloading another, that's a bit more difficult to do in Unreal Engine. It's not impossible, and it's been done. It's just it's more difficult to do. I'll leave it at that. And so they feel confident in their ability to use streamed content in the creation engine, which is required for an Elder Scrolls or Fallout game. The idea of loading in content and unloading. You're planning on playing Cyberpunk? Yes, but keep something in mind. I am not a fan of Cyberpunk as a genre. I am a fan of Cyberpunk fantasy, and I am interested in Cyberpunk as a genre. So, in other words, steampunk, cyberpunk, stuff like that, I just kind of shrug and go, it's cool, I guess, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a rabid fan who can't wait to get my next Cyberpunk game. So, I am specifically a fan of cyberpunk fantasy, aka Shadowrun. A very, very specific universe. Cheesecake. Good work, Daggerfall. Let's close this. Yes. There's two games I recommend if you're not going to play the tabletop game, which is the best way to play Shadowrun. By the way, Shadowrun's better than Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, Order of Arcane. Nice. We ran to one of these. I was going to say that people get very angry about when I say that Shadowrun's better than Dungeons & Dragons, but the reason I say that is because it prioritizes players to do jobs, not just murder hobo everywhere. Now then, let's see here. Ooh, Blizzard hasn't touched, Oh boy. Yep. Let's see here. He said D&D isn't exactly bad, so overwhelmingly popular you get tired of it quickly. Well, yes. But, Yeah, I don't know. I'm just you know, I really do need to do a stream of Spelljammer Pirates and Realm Space at some point soon. Not today, probably not this week, but soon. Have to adjust some things. Oh boy, I'm making adjustments already. That'll do. There we go. That's good enough. Battletech is a spin-off of MechWarrior. Battletech. You gotta play Battletech with a nice control stick. Said D&D is way more reliant on DM modulating content. Go place, kill X number of enemies. Yeah. Oh, well, how do I put this? The content in Shadowrun starts off with go here, go to this location and steal this particular object. However, in order to steal that object, you're going to need to get past magical wards as well as a high-tech computer system. Meaning you're going to need both a decker and a shaman in order to help you. And it turns out the MacGuffin you're after is part of a larger conspiracy. You get jumped on your way back to the the Shadowrunner. What do they call him? Mr. Johnson, I believe, is the guy. And the result is that, you know, a huge plot starts because your MacGuffin got stolen, or the Mr. Johnson terminates the contract because of that, because of getting jumped, and he doesn't want the object at all. And so you got to figure out what to do with this object, because you haven't gotten paid yet. And so, you know, you have this MacGuffin in your inventory. What are you going to do with it? And so there's all kinds of stuff that can happen in Shadowrun. But the idea is that you don't earn experience points by killing people. So you aren't a murder hobo, you know, like battle rabid, you know, killing person. You might be, but that's roleplay. Really what's going to benefit your character the most is finishing jobs, because finishing jobs earns karma, and karma is the currency that you use to raise your stats and skills. Anyway, let's see here. Alright, we're back to it. We saved. Let's go do a quest for these bastards here. As I was just looking at the ceiling and how the light was reflecting on the ceiling, and I thought that was kind of weird. Alright, we're gonna, first and foremost, before we request a quest, we're gonna use our Mark of Recall to set an anchor here. Then we're gonna save it again, so we have our saved thing here. We're gonna talk to this crazy man. By the way, you wanna know what race he is? Look at the tail. That tail? Whoa. Is he a Khajiit? Damn right. Ohm's Khajiit. Let's see here. Julianos has prophesized great evil, and I don't want to know about it. Alright, not all diseases are made equal. Few require most require a few earnest castings of cure disease before they're purged. But we must prepare for the special cases. Enter our door. We need to recharge some of our relics we use for rare diseases. Sure, let's do it. Alright, you'll find it useless to cure the regular illnesses of the Iliac Bay. Let's see. So don't expect any miracles when you're in need. Your task is to go down to the ruins for about 2 days. Really. You must stay underground as long as it takes to recharge this thing's power. Oh, okay. It gives a distinct glow. Let's see. If I can see you here in a month's time, I will have mended our gap and ensured the people of Tunwick remain free of exotic illnesses. Okay, so all I have to do is take this artifact, this bracer here, into the dungeon, and then as long as I'm down there for a couple days, it'll start glowing, indicating that it's been charged. Apparently, I just have to, like, somewhere in the dungeon is a source of power. And as long as I'm close enough to that source of power, the bracer will recharge on its own. Apparently, it takes some kind of energy from that place, which is fine. We can do that. Let's go on over to the ruins then. Do not continue travel up tower. Oh wow, 10-hour journey south. Let's do it. Yes. Hey. Ooh. Let's see here. Yep. Is unfortunate. We got a foggy day today, so we can barely see in the distance. Kind of annoying. Hostile encounter. We'll fight. Might as well. Oh god! I said we'll fight. I didn't realize it was a bandito. Thought it was gonna be like a centaur or a rat or a bat or something. Okay. You, sir, will feel my turquoise of lightning. Are you? Oh god! He's still alive! He was an assassin, which means I'm probably poisoned. Don't know. It may take a moment for the poison to kick in. You need your medical skill to diagnose whether you've been poisoned or diseased or not. So we're just kind of being careful about it. Being very careful about it. Just checking back every so often to make sure we're not horribly poisoned. Okay, we look good. It looks like we're in a good situation. So we're going to save it here. And continue our journey, and then promptly fall over dead, most likely. Ugh, poison. No, don't worry about it. 10-hour journey to this dungeon. I'm thinking it's over there, right? Let's stop off at Kromoth and then have a meal, see what they have for sale there, and then continue the rest of our journey over. Alright, set of animal tracks. No, we don't need to hunt. We're actually in a pretty good situation here. Have some bread. And we'll have apples afterward. Good, good, good. Is a Khajiit has a Breton name. Yes. Almost as if a good chunk of people living in a specific region were born there. Just regardless of what their race is. You know, you get groups of people of different races that immigrate to different locations. And as a result, you end up with people who have taken on the culture of where they moved to, or their family moved to. And they might be 2 or 3 generations removed from their home province. Let's see here. I never liked, and I mentioned this yesterday, but I never liked the way the Elder Scrolls uses provinces to determine what are essentially regions. And, you know, in my head, you have a country, and that country has provinces. The problem is that Tamriel is an empire containing different regions, and each region has multiple countries. And so I scratch my head at the term provinces, which makes sense in terms of an empire. It's just, yeah, it's a bit absurd. There you go. There you go. I get it. Originally, they were looking at the Roman Empire there. Yes. Why'd you type the command when the bot already gave you the response? Alright, let's see here. Go over this way. General vintage store there, and essential equipment. Very good. It's a whole different medieval setting. The concept of a nation state doesn't exist. The problem is that in Elder Scrolls 1, we actually went into different city-states. And they had regions around them and relationships with nearby neighbors. Okay. Yes. Well, it definitely isn't a realistic medieval setting, that's for sure. The use of the term in the Elder Scrolls has always just bothered me. And I think the reason why it bothers me isn't necessarily the usage of the term itself, but the implications behind it, and coupled with, and this is the important part, the fact that Bethesda makes every game smaller than the previous one. Or at least, you know, in usable space. Like, Skyrim's pretty big, but then, you know, usable space, less than half of it is actually usable. There's a bunch of, like, empty mountains in the middle, basically. So, when you think about it like that, you realize just how much smaller the regions are getting. And it's like, it's a province, and it's tiny. How big is Tamriel? It's a small island nation. A small island nation. Isn't it supposed to be a continent? It's supposed to be, but the way it's depicted in-game, it's a small island nation. Oh boy. Not this game. I'm talking about other games in the series. Yes. Alright, let's buy some potions. We got Restore Power. We got Stamina. Yes, Heal True. And I don't think we need anything else here. Purification. God, that's expensive. Let's do it! 3,000? Sure. Those potions of purification are great, though. Definitely want them. Hello, sir. I need to talk with this man. This is look at this nice, reliable man with his Daggerfall book. He's a good guy. Alright. So, what we need to do now is put the casual cloak in here, access the wagon, emerald, surcoat, and that should do it. Identify, please. 189, sure. Let's see what we got as far as magic goes. Alright. Is that a sec? Short shirt. Let's see. Should be over in the wagon. Right. Right. So, surcoat of fireballs. Well, this is fine. It only weighs 1, and it lets me cast fireballs. Emerald of fireballs. Cloak of venom antidote. Nice. Nice. Yeah, the moment you start complaining about that, though, you'll get people go, I prefer Skyrim's detailed small areas that have atmosphere and handcrafted environment over the generic arena type. Of course, what we really want is the atmosphere of Skyrim in something a little more sizable. It doesn't have to be Daggerfall sized, just something a little bit bigger. The problem is we've already seen when we create larger cities in the Skyrim program. I'm not going to say engine, I'm going to say program. In the Skyrim program, it lags, crashes. It's a mess. It's just a complete and total mess. And that's why they didn't do it, is because of technical limitations. Let's grab something here. The Screaming Dog. I highly recommend checking out Fallout 4. Don't install any compatibility patches or anything. Just turn up your shadows and go prance around the downtown Boston. You know, just go prance around the downtown area without any patches on it. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Food and drink. Grab me some stew. Yes. So, going down south. Ooh. Hey, at least not Detroit. We're all afraid of another round of that. Continue south. Basically done here. I think we should be able to journey through the wilderness as is. Continue down south. Onwards. 4 hours. 4 hours through the wilderness. Then we'll get to the dungeon. Oh boy, it's nighttime. Can't wait to freeze to death in the mountains. See what the mountains have to say about this. The cold and foggy fall woodlands make you shiver or warmly dressed. Very good. Okay. The movie was called Fistful of Yen, and it was it was a movie inside of another movie. The full movie is Kentucky Fried Movie, but it's the Fistful of Yen segment in the middle. You haven't lived until you've seen an alarm done properly. Let's see here. That's the alarm. Right there, yes. that guy is an alarm. It's a terrible movie, and great. They had the actor do some lines in Korean. He apologized to the Korean people for having to be such a stupid character. Yeah. A good movie. It's bad as well. In so many ways. We're going down! Damn. That was quite a trip. It's both good and bad. You have to watch the movie to understand how it can both be good and bad at the same time. Alright, we've arrived at the dungeon. Spider! Tried to paralyze me, but it failed. Now I'm paralyzed. Must use my unrestrainable common symbol to break out of it. Okay. Damn. We have defeated the spiders. Body has no treasure. Should have known. Alright, so we have to spend a couple days down here. It appears you are free to roam this area until the bracer regains the magical energy from the environment. Okay. So we just have to hang out here. No problem there. Save it under Done Gone 1. And we will begin putting junk away. That should do it. need that many Daedric daggers to warn one away. God, we have that many extra. Okay, let's remove the Daedric Tonto, put that away as well, and we'll just have Daedric daggers. That's fine. Additionally, use salted fish, apples. Got the apples. Okay, all we got left is fish. That's unfortunate, but also understandable. There are enemies nearby, so I can't rest right now. But we should be fine, all things considered. There's an enemy. Good, good. Oh, nice, I've been poisoned already. Ah, jeez. Yeah, that's some pretty bad poison. Okay. Can I have a cure poison potion? No. But I can use a purification potion if necessary. Actually, I have that cloak, right? The casual cloak of venom antidote? That should do it. Yep. Venom and poison aren't the same thing. Daedric short sword. Okay. You want to get... No wonder. I was taking so much damage and they had a Daedric short sword on them the whole time. Very well. Pretty good, all things considered. It's used, it'll need to be repaired if I'm gonna put any decent use, but hey. This room should have a teleporter in it. Yep, that's a teleporter. Hello, sir. Need some gold pieces off you. Got it. Bard is dead. Fine now. Go through. On. Daedric dagger has broken. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Oh wait, I have another one. Adamantium broadsword, I'll take that. Ow, it hurts. You know what? I've got an emerald that shoots fireballs. I'm gonna do that. Break the emerald on you. Inch 4 gold pieces. Is she trying to leave? No. Trying to navigate to me in some weird way. Like a doom monster sometimes. Elven short sword, we'll take that. We are too far away to access your wagon. Well, I wasn't gonna try, so whatever. We're fine. Let's actually equip some decent gear. We're in a bad situation right now. There we go. Forging Daedric. Wait a second. Oh. Okay. Was interesting. Dagger's broken. One's new and almost new. Oh. So I somehow broke a dagger, and then was using the broken one, despite it being broken. That was weird. Alright, let's hit him with lightning. And Dead Man's Wand. He's dead. Very good. Elven Staff, we'll take that. Going to go ahead and balm. Rest a little bit. Fine. Are we hungry yet? Might get hungry soon. We might get hungry soon. We don't know for sure. No one knows. And more bandits. Always bandits. Okay. Hit him with fireball. Oh god, that hurt me too. Okay. Maybe I should have thought that through, but I didn't, and I took some damage. Let's use those bandages. Hit yourself with a fireball? Just use 20 bandages. It'll be okay. It should be a lot less bandages, but my medical skill is terrible, so I'm just shoving bandages on the wound until it somehow fixes itself. Fireball wound? Don't worry. Just throw a bandage on. In reality, I imagine you get an axe wound or something. You try to bandage it with low medical skill and you end up aggravating the wound. I remember... What game was it? I'm trying to remember what what a game I was playing had that mechanic. I think it was an old text-based MUD, actually. Like, magic was pretty damn important to this one world I was playing, and certain players would lose access to magical abilities if they pissed off the goddess of magic or whatever. And so they had to bandage like a pleb. And if your medical skill failed, you would aggravate the wound, and it would be unfortunate. Ah, Daedric Helm, hell yeah. That's good. Now we're looking great. Daedric Helm. Questioning. Gotta stay in this dungeon until the item is recharged. So, no reason not to plunder it. I could probably just stick around the entrance, but that wouldn't be any fun. I say as I return to the entrance. Alright, let's go ahead and put the helmet as well as the various items. See, that's a broken dagger. Pick up one of our other items here. There should be a Daedric dagger we can use there. Put away 2,644 gold. Good. Anything else we need to do? Just that way. Game here. See which way we went last time. Straight ahead then. And that way, loop around. I always wondered what was up with the cage up there. Sometimes things would spawn in it. But it was pretty ridiculous. Alright. Go straight ahead. Make a left. This will lead us to a different path. Yep. Water! Never deal with those before. Okay. Hit him with fireball. With fireball. More fireball? Yes, more fireball. The answer's always fireball, don't you know? Very good. Iron, iron. Don't care. Have a look here. You're warmly dressed. Oh boy, am I really warmly dressed? Are you sure? Decent meal though. Let's while we're in the water room, eat a salted fish, because that seems like the right thing to do. Alright, that door can kill you. Hello, sir. You have to be very careful about using it. Good. Hit him with lightning. Just using a gem of lightning we have. Get some extra hits in. He's a tanky barbarian, though. Takes a bit. Alright, so before we go any further, we're going to save it here. And then we're going to use the teleporter. Ta-da! See where we are now? See this? That we need to open. Fortunately, we go over here. Oh, I feel somewhat bad. Really? Really? The bookshelf in the way. Great. What we doing? We've been poisoned. Alright, we gotta use that item, that cloak we picked up earlier to cure our poison. There we go. Got an orc there as well. He's having trouble getting up the stairs, though, so I'll just introduce them both to an ice storm. Damn right. Okay, mithril longsword. This is fine. Elven sword as well. Yeah, these items have limited amount of uses before they just break. So, aha! Ha-ha! Very good. Elven helmet. Okay. Loop back through. Should be one more room on this. Hey, Mr. Orc. Dead. A brown Khajiit suit. Don't want. Be a switch in here. That just opened the trap door from the other module. Ooh, the Wild Elves. Good book. All right. That away. Extra junk we picked up there. Money. Barely any. Okay. Gotta go back through the teleport maze again. Teleport. Around to the left. Here. Up and around through the middle. And we fell down. We need to cast Buoyancy immediately before we die a horrible death. Let's see here. Buoyancy. That lets us swim. Slaughterfish! Slaughterfish is dead. And 600 gold, some Wraith Essence. That was our reward. Great. Let's get out of here. Ooh, up and away. Okay. Let's take a moment, and we are going to... well, no. Depends on the video. The YouTube comment section can be very interesting in a discussion video. In like a... what do you call it? In a live stream archive that I throw over there, it's dead. But in a discussion video, you have to understand what the chat becomes.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Okay. So, let's see here. Moving on. Whoop. Yeah, I'm completely drenched. Oh, I'm gonna die. Great. Gotta take off our armor then. Unequip everything. Naked Argonian stream. Let's do it. Up. Scrap of blood. There we go. Assert dominance by stripping your clothes off. Jeez. Whoa. Completely drenched. I'm going to die. Damn. All right. Lightning bolt. Damn, how many lightning bolts can she take? This is insane. There we go. Yes, the Argonian is completely drenched. Did you know that Argonians don't have water breathing in Elder Scrolls 2? They can hold their breath for twice as long. They are not people of the water. That got changed later. Oh boy, so yeah, we're freezing to death. That's great. Let's go ahead and equip our surcoat along with a robe and boots, skirt. This is fine. Are we going to die? Probably. Let's immediately take a potion of stamina along with a potion of restore power and a potion of heal true. That's how it works. Chug all your problems away with potions. Okay. You should make camp and dry off. How do we do that? How do we make camp underwater, Mr. Survival Mod? I am absolutely fine with this, provided there's a way to do it. I light the holy candle. Let's see here. Yeah, it's weird. It keeps trying to drain my stamina. Like, I'm still completely drenched. I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, how does that work? Walking around cold and wet may be hazardous to your health. Yeah, but where do we warm up exactly? How do we make a campfire? I think the survival mod may have not thought this stuff through. Pretty sure it didn't, actually. Alright. Be hilarious to sleep here. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's go Dungon 3. Okay. I'm probably just gonna die. No, no. I think I'm fine. Yep. Walk around cold and wet is hazardous to your health. You are exhausted. Great. So this is interesting. Cold is seeping into your bones. You should make a campfire. You should find a campfire. Oh boy. Let's see here. No, I'm fine now. I've dried off. It only took like 18 hours to dry off. How stupid is that? Oh well. I don't care too much. It's they just need to add the ability to make a second thing there. That according to Kirkbride's wife, it's probably harmful. Well, she doesn't know anything. Michael Kirkbride's been cut out of the creative process. So, in reality, it's because the teaser trailer showed Azura's Crossing. And every YouTube channel picked up on that. But yeah, Kirkbride was cut out of the creative process. The whole Coda thing, turns out it came up because of the quote-unquote canon wars, where everyone was arguing over what was and wasn't canon. And Kirkbride's final message was, you know, there is no canon, only levels of good ideas, and that's it's ironic when, you know, his ideas weren't used for Skyrim. No, the majority of them anyway. Some of them were, but like the Nordic Pantheon and stuff, he was just completely cut out of that process. And they used his many-headed Talos, and they used his idea for the Aldmeri Dominion, and that's it. All of his other ideas were ignored. I just hope he's doing all right, because he was doing a great job on Minecraft Story Mode. and other Telltale games, like, you know, the Batman. Like, Michael Kirkbride was doing a great job on that. If you actually play Minecraft Story Mode, you will see, once they get to the Nether, a lot of Kirkbridean influence, let's just say, in the story. I actually recommend it if you have any passing interest at all in how weird Minecraft could possibly get when you get one of Morrowind's main writers in it. Let's see here. But yeah, what I was gonna say is I hope he's doing okay, because they what is it called? Sorry. Telltale Games shut down. So he's like, that's why I'm hoping he's doing okay, because like he moved over to Telltale, started working for them, and now Telltale's gone. Let's see here. Almost all the information on the internet about Michael Kirkbride is horribly out of date. As far as consulting goes, you should talk to Julianos, aka Julian LaFay, about about how they connect with their former developers. That's a sour taste. Now, let's go ahead and continue. Whoa, look at that portal up there. We gotta go check that out. I wouldn't mind if they actually do the Iliac Bay. Somehow I don't think they will do the Iliac Bay, I mean. I just, I think they'll focus on either High Rock or Hammerfell. That's my suspicion. Broadsword, longsword, that's good stuff. But we'll see. Maybe they'll actually take my advice and... Ooh, hello! That chair is amazing! Yes. Okay. Ah, we found the exit. Very good. Alright, now we can put away this junk. See about my Daedric Helm. There we go. This Daedric Helm is worn. Can wear it. Anything else? This Daedric dagger is used. The other one is new and worn. Okay. We're good. We're good. I was contemplating what was going on here. Oh boy. Now, if you want to know what Kirkbride has actually influenced moving forward, it's been ESO. Specifically, during the time of Lawrence Schick. Lawrence and Kirkbride were friends, or are friends, I should say. And the result is that the... they ended up using a lot of his Kirkbride's work in ESO. And not a bad thing, mind you. Just a bit awkward at times. So, we'll get something really quick. Good. Despite the fact that Lawrence Schick was unfortunately tasked with apologizing for the developers screwing up the lore, you know, and basically writing in band-aids and explanations as to why things don't add up. Despite that fact, Lawrence Schick is a very talented man. And remember, he wrote the original Dungeon Master's Guide to Dungeons & Dragons. Like, he's done adventures and things like that. He is a talented man. It's just unfortunate that he was saddled with not that much creative freedom. I think ESO would have ended up a much better product if he had a more equal playing field with the developers. Let's just say, you know, maybe a directorial position. But he no longer works for the company. That's why I mentioned him past tense, is because he no longer works for, yeah, we just had 2 fish. That TS lore hates Kirkbride lore? Are you sure? I would say that some people at TS lore hate Kirkbride lore, but not everyone. Certainly not. In fact, a lot of TS lore, the Reddit likes his idea of Coda because they actually set up their own little tag for posts called Apocrypha, which was born out of Kirkbride's Coda idea. And so people peddle their fan fiction around as quote-unquote Apocrypha. Let's see here. Gotta go back down. That's fine. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not ready yet. We just have to hang around here for a while longer. We've got a month to recharge this thing, but I just want to see... Yes! Carrying a satchel. We're in a fight. Things should be okay. We're not going in the water this time. The water screwed us up. Good, good. Oh yeah, hold on a second. Tower of Masterly. People, a lot of people don't like how Ebenarm was written. Some people say he was bad fan fiction. I think it would have been cool to have a kind of twist that he wasn't necessarily the man who was depicted in that, you know, in his legends. That his legends got greatly exaggerated. I'd be fine with that. But as his legends were, they're a bit absurd. We just picked up a Daedric Flail and Orcish Right Pauldron. Let's see here. Now we don't want any steel. I'm taking the higher end stuff. Like, the concept of Ebenarm worship is cooler than Ebenarm himself, and whether he, you know, he actually existed or not. I'd say his stories are a bit too far-fetched. Oh, Mithril Sword. To actually exist in the setting. But... I do think that people worshiping him and believing those crazy stories, that has a place in the world. And the fact that they decided to scrub him instead is kind of sad. Yes. I would argue that out of Oblivion and Skyrim did their fair of damage to the lore. I don't think ESO is actually the biggest culprit. I was originally very biased against ESO. Now I'm only a little biased against ESO. But I do think Oblivion and Skyrim did the most damage to the lore in general. Let's see here. Not ESO. Alright. Let's continue saving. Done, gone 3. No water this time. No water. That screwed us last time. I didn't even care that Cyrodiil wasn't a jungle. I'm talking about the unique cultures in Cyrodiil. I'm talking about the Imperial Legion and how it was set up. I'm talking about dragons. Goddamn dragons. I mean, admittedly, Elder Scrolls Blades actually goes to correcting that a bit. And saying, no, there are dragons in Cyrodiil. Like, Skyrim was full of shit. And, yeah. Oblivion Cyrodiil was generic European fantasy land. It was not as it was depicted in any way. And nor is it really believable on its own either. Which is unfortunate, because the game's a lot of fun. Alright. Let's continue. We have to just stick around this dungeon until the bracer's charged. In the meantime, I get attacked. By 2 people. Okay, screw this. We're going with my surcoat of ice storms. This is an AoE. But, yeah, ice storm. I have to back up. I can't let it get near me because it will do damage. It actually hurts me as well if I'm too close to it. Okay, this should be fine. Yes. Let's back off. Got it. Did a little bit of damage to myself, but yes. Good, good. All right. Moving on. Keep going, keep going. Just hang out in the dungeon, I suppose, but I want to loop around. Okay. You hit with Fireball a few times. I am hitting him. It's an AoE. I just kind of... There we go. That should do it. Get some extra hits in the beginning. There we go. Warrior defeated. Odachi. Go grab the Elven Claymore? Sure. Yeah. Yep. We just have to charge this bracer for the Archaeologist Guild. No problem there. Let's use Balm. Pinch for gold pieces. Yes. Well, remember that you're talking about the community being disjointed. Hey, Bethesda has a problem in general, and that's its general lack of care about storylines, despite putting storylines front and center. The result is you end up with people who were expecting Morrowind to be a true Elder Scrolls 3, and it wasn't. It was something new and different. Now, I like what it was. Like, Morrowind is one of my favorite video games. However, you have to admit that they changed a lot of stuff. Now, admittedly, they changed stuff for the better, I would argue. However, the problem is you create a division right there between Morrowind fans and classic fans. Now, then you created another division when Oblivion came out. And, you know, some people can't stand the dice mechanics, other people love them. But then, you know, other people don't care about the lore changing, and they welcome the extra lore. Whereas the, what do you call it? Other people look at it and say, I'd prefer that they refined and expanded on the old lore, not just, you know, changing it. And that's what they did, let's be honest. So you get people who say Oblivion's the last game they liked because it has stats, right? Then you get people who go and play Skyrim, and they say, well, I didn't like stats. I don't like all those old RPG elements. I want the most accessible game there possibly could be. So, you know, I don't like any of those old games. And so that's where you end up. You end up with people who are all over the spectrum because they came into it at different points, and they cannot get into Daggerfall because it's 2D and the dungeons are too complex for them. But they also can't get into Oblivion Skyrim's simplified mechanics either. And so the result is they're just kind of in this dead zone where they know that if Bethesda were to go back to Daggerfall, their needs wouldn't be listened to. And if they went further with Skyrim stuff, their needs wouldn't be listened to. So they're just in this dead zone of they will never have anything made for them again. You're swooshing. 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 Sounds interesting. We're gonna just save it here. Going up. Right for a backstab. Didn't work. Okay. Go with the Ice Storm some more. Got her. Very good. Daggerfall was their first attempt at really expanding lore. And by that I mean they got a group online which they referred to as the Council of Wisdom, who all contributed ideas. The people in the Council of Wisdom, God, my dagger broke. Here we go. Let's see. The people in the Council of Wisdom would later be, you know, known as the Divines and the miscellaneous saints and deities in Elder Scrolls 2. So, you know, obviously Ted Peterson was Sheol-Goroth, Mary Jo Dibella was Dibella, you know, Mara, so on. One of the main game testers was also known as the Old Smog himself, which, you know, aka TOSH. He was just known as Smog, but, well, it's, the point is the Council of Wisdom, like, you'll find a bunch of other miscellaneous, like, shrines and temples to random people, and those were people who were in the original Council of Wisdom for the game. And, oh, a traveler. What? Wait. However, the bracer in your possession is unusual enough to... Hey, that's one of those things they use in the temples, right? To cure tough disease. It's worth a mint. I've got 1,426 gold if you give it to me right now. No! Go away. Your loss. No. This guy came up to me in the dungeon with the door closed and everything. He just came up to me and tried to buy the bracer from me. And I said no. But, yeah, it's, Morrowind is interesting because it uses a lot of lore that was written from Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, like the Pocket Guide to the Empire and everything. So I don't know, it's just there are other people who are increasingly, you know, increasingly interested in Elder Scrolls lore and where it's going to go. I'm really not one of those people. because as the developers stopped caring about their own storylines, whoop, there we go. We found a dungeon. Nice. I'm gonna say that I'm enjoying the games for the games, but if I've found better lore in the Forgotten Realms by far. Now, thankfully, the Forgotten Realms has been covered in detail by other people. But I would argue that Elder Scrolls lore was at its peak in Morrowind when the Redguard lore was applied to it. And I think that it's been downhill ever since because the developers continually disregard it. And it's absolutely infuriating when you try to levy criticism about the level of writing and storytelling in the newer games and have the lore community come back with, well, actually, the unreliable narrator says... Unreliable narrator is a literary tool used in storytelling. If it's not used well, then it's bad writing. Like, well, actually, in real life, well, it's a fantasy world filled with stories for the player to engage in. You have to stop thinking of it as a living, breathing world, because it's not. It's a plot full of, like, it is just, like, a giant wedge of Swiss cheese, full of holes. And, when you try to think of it as a living, breathing world, you have to deal with retcons. And you have to do mental gymnastics. And it's absolutely absurd. Alright. The fun thought experiment to engage in it as a living, breathing world. You said Bethesda could use Warhammer? No. That would be a bad idea. You shouldn't learn anything from Games Workshop. You should stay very far away from Games Workshop. Alright. Let's see here. If you think Elder Scrolls lore is disjointed, you should check out Warhammer 40k lore. Age of Decadence? Yes! Yes! It is a great example of an RPG using the unreliable narrator to make a story much more interesting and engaging. Exactly. The problem is, storytelling is about setup and payoff, and whenever they set up something with the unreliable narrator and there's no payoff, then you know that it's bad storytelling. Well, here's the thing. Most of what the lore community attributes to the unreliable narrator is actually just the developers not giving a shit. And that's the problem. Is the Elder Scrolls needs developers that actually care. Not Mr. Emil who whoop, hold on, we got a map. Another map to a coven. This one's cool. Whether or not cliff... Well, yeah, an example would be in Skyrim. Okay, so, cliff racers. Here's the thing. In the base game Skyrim, Miol, the lioness, says that she has, when she was a child, she went to Morrowind and she hunted cliff racers with her dad. Okay? Simultaneously, you have the Dawnguard DLC, and the people who made the Dawnguard DLC did not consult, did not, like, pore over Skyrim itself to find that information. They had no idea, so they created St. Jube in the Soul Cairn and said, oh, look, I wiped out all the cliff racers. The winged menace was wiped out and I was declared a saint. And you can see the difference between the two. It's the same game. And they can't even keep the lore consistent. Miol killed cliff racers with her dad, and St. Jube did nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Anyway, let's see here. He said when the Serrano was surprised, the Dwemer wiped out. What do you... I don't remember anything about Serrano necessarily, but, yeah. My point is that, that's an example in the very same game where they absolutely can't keep their stuff consistent. And remember, these are, he said the vampire timeline is foot. I was gonna say it's a forked timeline. No. Let's see. You said it was confirmed by someone at Bethesda that Serrano was born after the Dwemer disappeared. Lovely. Let's see here. My point is that Skyrim's a fun game with a lot of mods that you can apply to it. But, yeah, it's not good storytelling. I mean, because at the end of the day, I just pull up my little stream deck here, and I pull out the good old clip here.
What's the story with Bethesda stories? How do we make our stories? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. This is my own personal rule for myself, right? Keep it simple, stupid. What does that mean? When I'm coming up with a story for a game, I like to concentrate on strong central themes. You know, Skyrim. Skyrim is a game about dragons, right? Even in the studio. What is the game about? It's about dragons. But the story is not really about dragons, right? It is about the lone hero. It is much more biblical than a lot of the other stories we've done. It's about the Dragonborn, the Dovahkiin, is much more of a messiah sort of character.
So this is that's the driving force behind the writing. And you have to understand that when we talk about, oh, well, they're going to bring on new writers, right? You know, Emil's not going to be the sole writer forever. Well, then listen to Todd Howard.
What do you look for when considering a new writer?
That's a tricky one. Actually, our designers are our writers. So obviously we look at writing samples. You know, it's another thing where most people who do video games tend to overwrite. We overwrite. Like we write way too much stuff. Most people who play Fallout, I watch them play it. We wrote all this brilliant stuff. And they get to a guy and they're like just jamming the button. Shut up, 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 shut up. Oh, that's who I kill. Thanks. So I think the trickiest thing to do is to write really short things. Just to get the information across. But our writer, we don't have anyone as a sole writer. They're also quest designers, level designers. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, we would look for, like a quest designer, you really have to understand some programming language. We'd look for a quest, like here's what the player does, here's what the characters say, that kind of stuff.
Anyway, all of that combined is why I enjoy all of the Elder Scrolls games. That includes Elder Scrolls Blades and Elder Scrolls Online, Skyrim, games like that. I enjoy them all for different reasons, but I don't care about the story anymore, where they take it, because they don't care themselves. When people themselves don't care about the story they're telling, why should I care? Alright, let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and use antidote, please. Thank you. That poison's hurting. Very good. Got a dwarven saber. Good stuff. This game was back when the dwarves were actual dwarves, too. Morrowind made the decision to make the dwarves, Dwemer. There. Ooh. Yes. The story is always told from the perspective of the victor. Not always. We think that, but it turns out that it's very, very interesting how stuff can change. Let's see. But you're saying Bethesda's implying that Elder Scrolls history is dictated in some manner that can constantly be contradicted. That sounds terrible. And even if they were doing an artsy-fartsy sort of thing like that, it wouldn't make good narrative work for a player who wanted to enjoy the franchise beginning to end. I would still carry all of the same criticisms, even if it was intentional. Which is clear it is not, by the way. As you can see, they don't hire writers. They hire quest designers. All right. Climb. Now, really what needs to happen is the series needed a primary writer or a primary set of dictated terms, like a universe Bible almost. And the fact that it doesn't have that, and that you get people like in Oblivion, for instance. In Oblivion, Emil just completely changed the lore of the Dark Brotherhood. And he even said so in an interview. He went over to Todd Howard and he asked Todd Howard, "Can I change the lore of the Dark Brotherhood?" And Todd Howard just gave him a dismissive gesture. And so then he did. And I'm not saying I don't enjoy the new lore. It's kind of stupid and fun. Keep it simple, stupid. That's his own personal rule for himself. But it is kind of fun. The new lore for the Dark Brotherhood. It's just, I would have rather he created a new organization instead of just calling it the Dark Brotherhood. Yes. You said Dragon Age kicked up their writing with Inquisition. Hawk Story. Oh boy. It's a shame that Dragon Age 2 is not a good game. See, I'm able to enjoy Elder Scrolls games for the games, even if I realize the story is terribly written. Dragon Age 2, on the other hand, I can't enjoy that the way I enjoyed Dragon Age Origins. And Dragon Age Inquisition is a single-player MMO. It's awful in that sense. I want to like Inquisition, but it plays like a single-player MMO. Like, they wanted to make this a Dragon Age MMO and never put the networking in. And it's insane because Dragon Age Inquisition has multiplayer. It's not co-op. So this game world that acts like an MMO isn't online capable. It's maddening. Okay, this guy's gonna try to shoot me with arrows. I'm gonna hit him with fireballs. Yes. Got him. The bard. Shirtless man bard. Don't worry about it. Oddly enough, I'm not a huge fan of most of the Divinity series, but Divinity: The Original Sin 1 and 2 are great games. Let's see here. Kingdoms of Amalur was interesting, and I really wished that it had taken off better. Okay. We went the wrong way. This is fine. We just need to head back over to the previous module. So, up and around. Dragon's Dogma is an interesting game, but it's got some, how would I put this? It's got some very rigid mechanics. So, you have to, yeah, we're gonna actually go back down the hallway and make a turn. You have to adapt to, what the game expects of you. It's not like an Elder Scrolls game where you can just enjoy it on your own terms. Let's see here. Yeah, gonna go down. Alright. We're now in the hallway leading to the area I need to go to. Very good. Wait a second. No, I was thinking about Dungeon Siege. I was racking my head thinking about like terrible video game movies, and it was In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege tale. That was the real bad one. Oh boy. Let's see here. Oh, bull. Okay. They eventually fixed the tax loops that man was using to make video game movies. Alright, let's see here. 5,000 gold we picked up so far. I'm pretty sure unless we find anything else, we'll just hang out here. Yeah, this is a small dungeon, just 2 modules. Dies. Yes. It's not that he quit movies. He quit movies because they patched up the loophole in it. Like, he was exploiting a loophole to make movies, and at a loss, by the way. And then he'd just get reimbursed via tax rebates. And so he could do this shit basically for free. And they closed up those loopholes, and now yeah, now he quit making movies when they did that. But yeah, we'll just cast some light here. Okay, we just need to chill out for, let's go, 20 hours. Fine. You become aware of rapidly accumulating light among your belongings. The bracer starts to glow. Got it. It's ready. The bracer is ready. Empty your ration sack. No. Okay, empty my ration sacks. That's unfortunate. I had no other food left. So, let's see here. Are we still hungry? You might want to buy some rations when you're in town. Yeah. We're out of rations, so we need to save it and get moving. The nearest town. Oh boy, it's raining. Let's see here. Oh, okay, you asked about the Metal Gear Solid movie. Well, have you heard of Snake Man? Snake Man is one of the best video game characters ever to exist. Yeah, he was a primary quest giver in Digital Devil Saga Online, the MMO. You can call me the Snake Man. Yes, that is yeah, that is from Digital Devil Saga Online, and he's the Snake Man. Yes, he's one of your primary quest givers in the beginning of the game. Okay. Alright. Guess we can just go out in the rain like an idiot. Let's go out in the rain like an idiot. I'm probably gonna die. Let's do it. It's freezing. It's winter. It's... What time is it, actually? Jeez. No. 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 I changed my mind. Yeah, I'm warmly dressed. Yeah, let's... Not plagiarism if it's a big budget. Oh, geez, still raining. Okay, wasn't paying attention. Enemies nearby. We go fight something before we can actually rest here. Give me the dagger. Last Jedi? I got old Luke Skywalker here. Yeah, there's business. Oh no, I'm getting attacked in the video games. All right, here we go. Yeah, I got it for basically $4. You have to understand, they were selling those in Disneyland, and they went from Disneyland to the Disney stores outside the park at a discount. Then they went from the Disney stores outside of the park to the Disney Outlet Center in Arizona for like $4. And the asking price was yeah, it was $26 apparently these were supposed to go for, and I got it for like $4. So I like old Luke the way he looks, not necessarily his character, okay? I just like his appearance, like his outfit, his cane, you know, the way his beard is and everything. Like, I like the character appearance, not necessarily the movie he was in. Bam. Poisoned. You bet Rey wouldn't sell? I haven't seen any good Rey figures. I've seen no figures of Rey that were good. At all. I mentioned this earlier. But like I just don't understand what they were doing with what is it called? With that movie. I really don't. Because I mentioned this earlier, but how do I put this? Okay. I mentioned this on stream a couple times. Alright? I mentioned this like 2 or 3 times, actually. But they took this actress and they made her look like this. Same person. They took this actress and made her look like this. You have post-production tools. You have digital editing. You can do anything. You can make people look beautiful. You can do all kinds of amazing things with post-production equipment. And you make her look like that. Okay, we just need to rest for a bit. What time is it? 20? Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically 12 hours should do it. Not quite. Rest for, let's go with 10 hours. Another hour should do it. Was the problem with Rose how she looked? No, Con. No. But Hollywood is obsessed with appearance. And I just thought I'd point that out. No, the character was terribly written one way or the other. But at least you'd have a pretty face to look at while she delivered terrible lines in a terrible story. I'm joking, of course. Because in reality, remember, Con, I mentioned how I liked how old Luke looked, but his character was written terribly. Well, in her case, her character was written terribly, and I didn't like how she looked. So it was a double whammy, 1-2 punch. See what I'm saying, Con? All right. Let's head on out. Excellent, stopped raining. We're good. Ooh, we found a coven down there. We can't go there right now. In fact, we're just gonna... They're a nearby town. Yes, no, it's a farm. Screw it, we're gonna teleport out of here then. Marker recall, take me back to where we started. Alright. Hello there. I like the expanded universe. John Boyega deserved a better love interest. Well, yeah, not a stapled on character. Yes, he did. Oh boy. So, yeah, they should have just made him the Obi-Wan of the series, of the sequel trilogy. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. Turning quest. There it is. You might not be able to tell anymore, but I can. Thank you for preparing it. Perhaps this clothing will suit you. Oh, really? Wait. It wasn't even magical. It wasn't even magical. Oh, God. Oh, God. I did this entire quest for a non-magical piece of clothing. Oh, boy. I mean, it's fine. I got reputation, so. Yeah. Uh-huh. Plain robes? Yeah. There we go. Ooh, do I plan to live stream a Skyrim anytime soon? Not for the next month or two, for sure. I've got a lot of games on my plate between now and the next Skyrim run. I'm hoping that, because remember, I got a brand new computer now, so I can build a brand new Skyrim loadout from scratch, and I want to run Requiem with it. But I also, not Requiem, sorry. God, I've forgotten the name of it already. I've lost it. What's the name? Jeez. Come on. What was it called? Sands of Time. Thank you, Rinslayer. See, Rinslayer pays more attention to the things I talk about and I like than I pay attention to. And they're the words that come out of my mouth. So, alright, let's go ahead and save it, because we finished the arcade quest. Yes, so we'll go like that. Bam. Alright. We're out. Alright, we gotta go check out that coven. No more quests. We're going to that coven. I want to see what's over there. Coven in Maneva. You think it's gonna be naked women? I think it's gonna be naked women. Alright, let's equip the coat. The robe. The robe instead of the coat, yes. Fine. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? No, I'm not. The reason I say, because Maneva's the home to the Dibella religion, so I'm wondering what the Daedra worshippers in the home to the Dibella religion are, look like. That's what I'm contemplating. So, let's see here. Ooh. Okay. Yes, to make sure that things sell in foreign markets where, oh, we're going to Dearmont. Let's go. Right. Wait a second. Did we stock up? We have 1 salted fish. Let's go back to town. Screw. I hate this so much. I hate forgetting about things. I mean, yeah. We're gonna go to. I'm not gonna hunt an animal right outside of town I can buy stuff at. Yes. Feather and Helm. It's Tunwick. There we go. We can buy our food here. I was worried for a moment. Then I remembered I've got a food store right here. Salted fish, bread, orange. Yes. Let's see. Can we get some more fish? We also need some sacks of rations. We're kind of out of rations. Rations, yes. Bandage, apple. Yes. Wait. Throw a fish on there as well. Another fish. Rations. Yes. One more bag of rations and we should be good to go. For the music overhaul, you're going to have to check my mod list, where the mods are. Okay. We're going to take a moment. Save here. Oh, my bad. I didn't want to eat any of that food right now. That food's for travel. We got some stew we can have now. That's a meal. Very good. So we had our meal. And let's go down to the capital. 7 hours away. Let's do it. Interrupt our journey. What do we got? Tigers and Spriggans, oh my. I believe they need to feel Fireball. Emerald, do your job. Yes! We burned the 1 Spriggan right away. Next one. And that did it. Very good. Get some alchemy ingredients off these Spriggans, and then we'll move to the next section. Wait, potion recipe. Don't care about that. Let's go. It's... The problem is the Hollywood, the current Hollywood climate exists. It does not respect old content. What they want to do is they want to hijack brands to tell their own stories. So... Let's move on here. Oh boy. The main problem with today's culture is what I like to call modern snark. And it's basically taken over any kind of earnest storytelling. As a result, you'll get things like, Star Trek, where everyone is throwing one-liners like it's the Avengers or something. Anyway, one-liners work in comic books with small word bubbles. They're very shallow in movies. And for the Avengers being just stupid action schlock, it works. The problem is they want to make Star Trek stupid action schlock. Alright. Let's go. Avoid it. Whoops. Hostile encounter. Here we go. extortioners. Elvin Tonto, that's good stuff. Yes. Going to Maneva. You need to completely ignore what producers say outside of a movie about the movie. It would be like listening to J.K. Rowling on Twitter. Utter madness. When people say modern writers don't care about characters or story, consider that you're watching 40-plus-year-old franchises that only exist to milk your nostalgia. Yes. But remember, people get super excited about their favorite nostalgic franchises. And so they get angry when it's horribly wrong. And it's amazing how you've got these two, you got the idea that the franchise exists to milk your nostalgia, and yet it is simultaneously trying to reject its source material. It's amazing how, like, it needs the nostalgia to get people to fill the seats, but then it simultaneously insults the very people who are filling those seats. Isn't it amazing? They have to bring in the kiddos so they can milk it for another 40 years. Yes, George Lucas understood that. George Lucas completely understood that. Hold on, here we go.
Jar Jar is a key to all this. If we get Jar Jar working, because he's a funnier character than we've ever had in any of the movies before.
One more time.
Jar Jar is a key to all this. If we get Jar Jar working, because he's a funnier character than we've ever had in any of the movies before.
You see the other guy like, wow. All right. Yes, Khan is correct. Star Trek: The Original Series was a very serious show about serious concepts. Don't worry about it. The cartoon, though, is special. Okay, absolutely. Yes, it loops. I was, yeah, I was invigorated by a meal. No, we gotta eat something. Gotta eat some good old red and orange apple. Let's go. No, Darth Menace. George Lucas wanted to name him Darth Menace. And the developers looked at each other. They were waiting for Lucas to laugh. Because they're the ones who went to... They're the ones who went to Lucas and said, we want you to give him his Darth name. And so he's like, what about Darth Menace? And they were waiting to hear him laugh, you know, as if it were a joke. And so there was just this awkward silence as they decided not to use a Darth name at all. And they never brought it up again for the meeting. Alright. Ain't this a surprise? The developers had reverence for Lucas, even though, like, the best parts of Star Wars didn't come from him. Lucas has to be credited with having invented the thing, but the original trilogy was a collaborative effort, and without those other people in the collaborative process, it would have been garbage. Ah, got them both with an ice storm. Perfect. Correct. Not only was the dialogue rewritten in episode 4, but after the movie was shot and filmed... Ooh, a Daedric Claymore, nice. After the movie was filmed, and then his wife went back and edited the footage to turn them going directly to the Death Star and blowing it up into an actual scene with stakes. In other words, they added the Death Star will be in range in 4 minutes or whatever. You know, those dialogue pieces were added in editing after the fact. Originally, they just went to the Death Star, killed a bunch of people, and came back home. They added stakes to it in post-production by reusing old footage and having it say, the Death Star will be in range. They put that, they put extra voice acting over the old existing footage in order to create the Battle of Yavin 4. Alright. No, the book absolutely, the book came later, and it absolutely, had Yavin 4. But the book, again, was written later, so... Remember that it wasn't originally called The New Hope, it was just called Star Wars. Okay. Let's see. We don't need to buy any food right now, actually. I'm wondering why we're even here. If the book came out first, then there were rewrites. Guarantee it. If the book came out first, and I'm wrong, then there were rewrites, because Oh boy. Who would you trust as a director to make a good Elder Scrolls movie? Oh boy. Considering I don't trust Bethesda to make a good Elder Scrolls story in their next game, I trust them to make a fun video game. But yeah, you said you said Star Wars, even the original trilogy, is overrated. Of course it is. But it wouldn't be anything more than a B movie if they hadn't gone and edited and changed things. If George Lucas had been in the had been the only person in charge, it would, like, the whole franchise would have just been a single B movie that failed. So my whole point about bringing this up was don't think George Lucas deserves nearly as much reverence as he gets. That's what I'm saying. And never think that he is the sole creative force behind what made it good, because filmmaking is a collaborative effort, and that's all there is to it. Alright, we're gonna sell everything that's not Daedric here. And Daedric Flail's fine, because what I mean is anything that isn't a Daedric short sword or Daedric armor. That's fine. We've sold all this stuff. Alright, 52,000, yeah, not 52. 95, why did I say 52? Because 5-2, I missed the 9. So, yeah, point is 95,000 paid with letter credit. Yes. If Star Wars failed, you'd never gotten Moonraker. Oh, Moonraker! I loved it. It was just so cheesy to watch the two armies of astronauts float in on both sides of the screen, and all the lasers going pew 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 pew. The blacksmith was loaded. Well, he had to pay me in a letter of credit. He probably took out a loan to be able to afford all that stuff. Bond films, at least the good ones, were almost all cheesy. And, yeah, Moonraker was just kind of the pinnacle of that cheese. Alright, so we're in Maneva right now. I'm debating if there's anything I want to do, or should I just head onward? And I think the answer is we're going to grab some food from here and then head on. Okay. How are we doing in terms of food? Should be fine. Yeah, we got plenty of food. Let's go then. I suspect that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be Skyrim 2 in more ways than one. And I'm okay with that. I enjoyed Skyrim. My main problem is if they don't bring out the modding tools and they make it some kind of lockdown system where you got to use Bethesda.net to do mods. I will be sad about that. Because here's the thing, Skyrim itself is a game I can have a lot of fun with. I don't really care for the story, or the quests, or the characters, but the actual gameplay, the core gameplay loop is enjoyable. There's an orange here. Oh, it was on the table. Okay. I see what's going on. Alright. I'm not hungry. Well, then we're leaving. Wibble Wobbles. That's Wibble Wobbles right there. Don't understand why? Don't care. Okay. Let's go this way. Gotta go south. Yes, the world is what people usually like, and modding can change that so much. Checking this little shop really quick. Bandage, that's fine. Starfield is a title screen right now. Very good. If they did decide, let's just assume for a second they did decide to make Starfield 9th Era Elder Scrolls, I would respect them for that decision. They won't. They want a new IP, and I know why they want a new IP. I am completely aware of why they need this to be successful. However, I would respect them if they decided to make Starfield 9th Era Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 40K? Of course, no one thinks it's going to happen. That's a stupid idea. I'm just saying that I would laugh and I would respect it. Alright, we need to eat some fish. Yeah, we're good. Let's go. I don't think anyone thinks that'll happen. I think they're all jokes and memes. I'm just saying if they ran with the jokes and memes and did a serious game in the universe of jokes and memes, I would respect them for it. Okay. TS Dune. Oh boy. Let's see here. You do realize that 40K doesn't respect its own lore either, and is like super contradictory. You're the Dragonborn Atreides. Oh boy. Oh no. I did a thing. So, RIP. the town is called Rip Brone Commons. Okay, Rip Brone Commons. And the game went RIP at Rip Brone Commons. Here's what the game looks like right now. See that? Not responding, right? There you go. We fixed it. Yes. It was loading everything from Villager Immersion Overhaul. And, that was interesting. Okay. Getting late. Getting late. That's unfortunate. Bank of Maneva. Bank of Maneva. Gotta go down south to the market square. Children of Dune is an interesting... How do I put this? Like, I'm actually on board with Paul's whole journey being more or less a tragedy. And I think that's fine. Other people are less enthused with that, and I understand. I completely understand why they would be. Now then. Okay. Do you think Wayward Realms will have equal or greater complexity in world simulation compared to Daggerfall? I suspect that it will have greater complexity in a smaller space. That's what I expect. I don't expect it to be like Skyrim size small, but I expect them to. I personally expect like the complexity level to be skyrocketed past Daggerfall's, and like the actual world size or the play space to be smaller, so it can be more finely tuned. That's my expectation, anyway. Keep in mind, my expectation, I have no idea what final form Wayward Realms is going to take. I'm just guessing, okay? My expectations aren't necessarily rooted in reality, at least current unchangeable realities. As in, things might change. Okay. Things probably will change. Dragon Souls. Is that a game where you have bonfires? Okay, let's see here. Right. I was being sarcastic. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, Dragon Age and, how do I put this? I've modded Dragon Age Inquisition specifically to remove all the timers and weight elements to it. But that's about it. Did I actually sell everything in the wagon? Yes, I did. Okay, then. Well, let's go over to the Thieves Guild and get some training in, then. Thieves Guild's up there. Yeah, it mildly annoys me that I can't talk about a novel that I enjoy called The Heirs of Hammerfell without people going, Elder Scrolls Hammerfell, that's where the Red Guards are. It is a bit annoying at times. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Check this out. Ooh, Holy Tome. Gold pieces. What else we got? Regular book. Let's see. Hello, sir. I need some training. Train me in lockpicking. Okay, it should be... yes. I would like a quarter of a province. I don't want 2 provinces in a game. I want, like, if they're going to do world scale the way they've done it up till now, what I want is them to focus in on a small part of the province, but make it Skyrim-sized. That's what I want. I want a Skyrim hold, except the size of Skyrim the game. Do the same thing with Hammerfell, let's just say. That's what I would like. Admittedly, I just want Daggerfall 2 Electric Boogaloo, but they're not going to give me that. So, what I get instead is Go down to the Feather and Badger Inn. I'm gonna go, what I want instead, if they're gonna keep to their current scaling, is just, a smaller world at Skyrim's level. Ooh, you look familiar. Hello, sir. Good, good. Yeah, there's mods that add wandering creatures in the wilderness, but the basic game has them. It's just you won't notice them when you're using tedious travel. So yeah, that's just pretty much it. Is the mods that interrupt your travel are done because you wouldn't notice the ambient creatures that wander around the wilderness. Like, the game dynamically spawns enemies when you're just out in the wilderness. It's just, you wouldn't notice because you're zooming by them. Alright. Gold pieces. Yes, barter down. We're good to sleep. Good to sleep. It's over here. There's one room here. Okay, that room is probably where I have to sleep, but I want to see if there's any storage rooms or anything. Okay, this is a nice lady's room. Rightio. This is a nice room too with Z fighting. Oh boy. This is Z fighting. Ooh, 2 a.m. Cast light a bit. That'll do. 6 a.m. Perfect time to travel. Hello, sir. Give me some stew. We're invigorated by the meal. Oh, it's raining. That's great. Oh, we're less invigorated now. Hello, miss. I'm gonna sleep in your room. 2 hours. She didn't seem to care. I'm gonna go out in the rain. It better damn well be sunny out. Just kidding. It's warm though. My food is getting a bit ripe. Damn shame. Damn shame. Let's eat apples and oranges. It's fine. Gonna go down this way. The problem is that 3D models on the scale of Daggerfall would grind things to a halt. When, remember that you can have tons and tons of people. You'd have to turn the scaling down, like have the 3D models only render at a certain distance. You know, look how many people are on screen right now. And that's just to get started. Like, if I turn around and go back into the sea, there's even more people. So, I know there are people working on 3D models for enemies and stuff, but like regular townsfolk and stuff like that, no, that would grind the game to a halt. There's too many people for that. Oh boy, we're going to West Castle. Going to West Castle. At the end of the day, when we look at concepts like Wayward Realms, I just have to hope that they have like dynamic scaling to where people at a distance are low poly or whatever. You know, LODs except for NPCs. Because having this kind of giant world with as many NPCs as it does, having them all be 3D models. Look at the recent Hitman game. But the recent Hitman game doesn't have cities to the scale of Daggerfall in the same way. Yes. It has a lot of people, but you'd have to add in extra systems to not render them when you're not looking at them. Things like that. Remember that when you, the player, are looking at something in, like, whether you're looking at it or not in the game, it's being rendered. However, that isn't necessarily true with certain AAA games, where they can save on resources by dynamically removing things you aren't looking at. Like when you go around a corner, for instance, everyone on the other side of that corner may just, well, stop being rendered. You know, the game may stop processing them entirely. You know, that their AI, you look through a three-dimensional, what do you call it? What's that tool to look through walls? Infrared goggles? It doesn't matter. The point is, they don't have to render the textures for those. So, like, rendering on demand makes things a lot more acceptable. But the way Daggerfall Unity handles loading of objects, I don't think that the way this works, it's going to work right now. It's just, yeah, it's an X-ray. Now, yeah, it's infrared, which is basically a wire. It's not necessarily wireframe, but it's close to it. Yes, it's a common enough feature. And yes, Unity supports it. My problem is that the main question that started this is, can they just add 3D models to this? Can we just swap out all the sprites for 3D models? And the answer is, without some underlying tech to support it, it would be hell. That's the answer. Just swapping out the sprites for models on everything would grind the game to a halt. All right. Well, paralyzed. This bastard paralyzed me. Unrestrainable common symbol. Break free. Very good. If The Witcher could be modded into Daggerfall, it would be smaller than the actual Daggerfall? Well, of course. I mean, we got people in the Skyrim program who are like, it's called Skaggerfall. It's a mod you should be playing. Oh boy, let's see if this freezes up again. Curious to see what happens. Okay, here we go. "31 seconds. 31 seconds. We're going to save the game. We're going to exit. I've been playing this for 3 hours, and that's how much it, that's how much slower it runs after 3 hours. Daggerfall Unity is not perfect. I have to restart the game. Yep. We don't exactly know. But, watch, we'll leave now. And we'll come back in. We'll go back in now. Loads instantly, see? So we'll have to... I don't really understand the underlying tech behind this. The memory leaks? No. The game is using up 7 gigabytes of RAM, and the RAM usage is consistent. The reason it's using 7 gigabytes is because of the Ultra HD texture pack. It actually uses up very little without the Ultra HD texture pack. And, but the usage stays consistent. It's not a memory leak. But something in it, in Daggerfall Unity, because I don't have access to the processes and I'm not going to do tech support on this game. I can't tell you. Maybe it keeps old areas loaded. We don't know. The CPU usage isn't going through the roof either. The fact is that it must be a software issue. Does it keep all the textures loaded right now? No. No. Here's the thing. It's using up 1.8 gigs of RAM right now. But it will, every texture that's loaded remains loaded. In other words, as I visit a dungeon, it will continue to accumulate loaded textures. It doesn't unload textures that it no longer needs. And that's why it will accumulate up to about 7 gigabytes of RAM usage. Buying a bandage here. We gotta see what time it is here. Yeah, so it's basically noon. Yeah, let's put it like this. There's a reason that it says alpha in the top corner here. This is not ready for a full release. And yet, I've played how many 100 hours now? The YouTube thing has, like, what, 24 episodes of this? Multiple hour streams. So, we've absolutely got our enjoyment out of this game. It's just that after about 3 hours or so, the towns get a bit slow to load. And it's interesting how that works. Alright, avoid animal carcass. Very good. But ideally, a lot of data would be culled. You know, when you leave an area, it should unload the assets that are no longer required. So, that is a problem. Alright, animal tracks, avoid. Yes. Ho ho! Look how far down that goes. That's a mountain. That just goes right into the ocean. Let's run along cliffs that run alongside the ocean. This is fine. Don't worry about any of this. Speaking of which, am I hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. Ate the fish. We're invigorated by that fish. Yes. Okay. All I can think of right now, being invigorated by the fish, is this here, the guy who was going to go eat the fish, and he, the translation phrased it this way. It was just him going to go eat the fish, but, you know, the, bad subtitle work produces interesting results. I'm going to go enjoy this fish. Yes. That's what he said. Alright, looks like we got a bandit who wants to kill us. Back up. Ice Storm! Elven Shortbow. This is good. Now let's continue. I say as I realize I need to cast stamina a few times. Here we go. We've reached the coven, everyone. This is the coven. I see. This is the coven. This is where I was looking for. Coven found. Hello, miss. Daedra summoning. The summoning day of Malakath. Do you wish to risk your life and your very soul by summoning Malakath into this mundane world? Not today. Not today, okay? Look, I get it. We want to summon Malakath into the world of the living. Maybe not today, okay? Risk our soul another day. Thank you, crazy witch lady. We're leaving. I just wanted to check out the Hockton Court. Hockton Court, everybody. Very good. What happens if you do quests for the Coven? The Coven will like you more, and the cost of summoning Malakath will be cheaper. Currently, the summoning cost is like 400,000, but you can get it down to about 225,000, something like that, if you get them to like you enough. Okay. I think we can get out of Maneva now. The witches will also give you magical items, like a shirt, or a shirt, a skirt, a brassiere, you know, all kinds of weird stuff. Actually, come to think of it, I think men get sashes instead of brassieres. Why would you want to summon a Daedra? To get their quest. You should see Azura. She's absolutely hilarious. No? No, you're supposed to say yes. Yes, Lady Azura, I would gladly murder at the snap of your ivory fingers. Boar, bigot, barbarian, get out of here before I forget I'm a lady and say something I'll regret. Daggerfall Azura is best Azura. Salutations. May Zenithar bless your journey. Zenithar, eh? I'm an RK worshiper. Don't care much for these other gods. I'm gonna pinch his coin. Oh god, it hurts! Run! Run! Just keep running! No! How do I feel about things in things in ESO not being things in Daggerfall not being in ESO? Shrug. ESO's dumb like that. It can't brain, it has the dumb. Let's go this way. ESO is an acceptably fun game, but actually the Daggerfall Covenant is not that great up until Ravenspire, when it gets better. Ebonheart Pact is bad all the way through, and the Aldmeri Dominion is the only one that consistently surprised me with good content. Which drives me crazy because I don't actually like the concept of the Aldmeri Dominion. I've never liked that concept, and yet that's the best questline in the vanilla game anyway. I especially like the content with the Wilder King. A primordial force of nature that basically goes from person to person through the generations. So a specific person is chosen to become the Wilder King. and they command the Valen Wood. Which one would you suggest you try, ESO? I highly recommend playing the Aldmeri Dominion if you're going to play ESO. That said, get this. You can play any alliance you want, so it doesn't matter. Like, you can play any content you want. So say you make a character as part of the Ebonheart Pact, you can go play Aldmeri Dominion content. Doesn't matter. Once they switched the game over to the one Tamriel update, you can access any content anywhere, any level. It's no longer gated off anymore. Everything scales. Alright, let's see here. Give me an orange and an apple. 1 gold for an orange and an apple. That's a pretty good price there. Yes. Buy some arrows, buy a bandage, yes. Alright, what time is it? It's getting late. Let's go over to the Thieves Guild. Let's train up. Then, after we train, we'll go to sleep. Don't think I want to sleep in the Pig and Goat. The Black Priest. Mm-hmm. That's where I want to sleep, is the Black Priest. Sounds like a great place. Okay. What else we got? Orphan Skull. Nope. Still want that Black Priest. That isn't exploitable dialogue at all. The Thirsty Gnome. The Thirsty Gnome or the Black Priest? I don't know anymore. I guess we'll go back to the Black Priest. The Thirsty Gnome is just not good enough. There we go. It's not the Thirsty Priest. It's the Dirty Priest in Wayrest. Our favorite tavern is here we go. Training, please. Train me in lockpicking. Yes. How are we doing in terms of our lockpicking skill anyway? God. 43. Okay. Let's go over to the Black Priest. Getting a bit chilly. Being rained on. There's the Black Priest. Hello, sir. Room for the night, please. 4 gold it is. This room? No. That's fine. Let's sleep here. Fully healed, lockpicking and jumping skill increased. Damn right. Lockpicking's at 44. Once it gets to 45, I should get a raise in the Archaeologist Guild. I'm hoping, anyway. You planning on giving the Mantella to? It's a very good question. We're an Argonian who actually got kicked out of the Blades. So we're not siding with the Emperor. We kind of told Uriel Septim where to shove it. I'm contemplating who I'm going to give it to. But yeah, we... I'm almost thinking Miss Queenie and Sentinel might be the way to go. She has a couple buff men to either side all the time, so it shows she knows how to have some fun. We don't know. We'll see. Oh, Queen Baron Zaya? Well, we're about to meet Queen Baron Zaya's daughter. Not right now, mind you. Our food's getting ripe. Well, we better eat it. No, don't eat it, actually. We'll eat it on our way out. Hello, sir. Room, yes, I'd want some stew. Very good, very good. Ed Weirshey can forever be on the run. I know, right? Infinite loot. Okay, so it's 9 a.m. Rainy woodland is suitable for you. That's fine. Let's go. Do I need anything at the first class gear store? Trying to think if I need anything. I don't think so. Let's see about food, maybe. We got an apple. Let's see if we can buy one more fish. That'd be nice. Yep, we can buy a fish and an orange and bread. We are still feeling invigorated from our last meal. You get a stamina buff. That is, your stamina regenerates faster. Nah, it doesn't regenerate faster. It depletes faster. Sorry. Depletes faster? God, I have no idea what I'm saying. Okay, let me restart and try saying words that make sense. Your stamina depletes more slowly when you have eaten. You'll notice that your stamina goes down across a game day, and then you need to rest to get it back up, or use magic, or use stamina potions. Either way, this is your fatigue. So, let's continue. Helps to actually use words properly. Instead of half focusing on the game, half focusing on the chat, and focusing none on what I'm saying. Alright. Let's sell this junk. Daedric Claymore. What else? Yeah, I don't need the Tonto. I'm going to sell the Tontos, to be honest. I don't like them. I like daggers. There we go. 49,000 septums. Give them to me. Paid with a letter of credit. Damn right, I'm paid with a letter of credit. I need to shove letters of credit in my wagon as well. Come to think of it. That's fine. Moldy orange cannot be eaten. That was a loincloth. Yes, the gold thing was a loincloth. We're going to Woodston Manor now. Go, go, and go. Yes. Hostile encounter, try to avoid. Very good, we avoided. It's a rainy day. Everything is fine. We should be okay. Yeah, there's a fantasy world where people literally engage in spelling, and they write words in the air. Okay, there's some soldiers who are dying. Damn shame about them. Dwarfen bird. Yep. See you later. Alright. Gotta go around. Let's go to Aldingbury. Aldingbury. Yes. We'll get to Aldingbury. Let's take a moment. Let's eat that orange before it decays. Num 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 num. There's extra flavor in that. Okay, avoid. Not doing a hunt there. I just assume that you scrape off or otherwise not eat the parts of it that are moldy. Now, avoid hostile encounter, failed to avoid, we fight. The giant. Well, how about this, Mr. Giant? Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Damn. Good. We defeated him. What loot does he have? Steel Warhammer. Well, that's not very exciting. I'll take the steel items just to sell in the next town. Okay, we're going to take a moment. Have a loaf of bread. It's starting to mold too. That's lovely. Gotta eat that moldy bread. Just eat a whole loaf of bread. No, not doing that. Oh boy. Hold on, just a bit longer. We aren't too far from the city. Oh no. These people, one of them is wounded. I don't care. I need to eat... Let's see, salted fish. The salted fish stay good for a long time. However, the apple doesn't, so... Good, good, good. Isn't there a mod to have negative effect if you eat molding food? Well, considering the mod, considering the food molding itself is a mod. Like, the only food that exists in the vanilla game is the food you order at taverns. Yes. Hot chilies. Not really a fan. Alright. Flying Barbarian. Books. Yeah, the Flying Barbarian is where we should stay, I think. Can you go into any house? I know what, this one right here? Yeah, there's a Wibble Wobble girl here. You can see she's Wibble Wobbling. High quality content. It's, really nothing to steal here. Alright. Let's see. We don't need to stay here. Yeah, we don't need to stay here. It's not that late. Wimbly bimbly. I can't say much more than that. Go to the Superior Blacksmith. Buy iron bow. Sell this bastard the iron, the steel we picked up. That's fine. Yep, 156. 256 character limit. Why? Continuing along. Ooh, there are no vampirism or werewolf changing mods currently. That may change as time goes on. Very good. Let's move on to Coppering Hall now. Yeah. Should be enough time. It'll get dark halfway there. Everything should be fine. Temple of Kinnereth. Indeed. Knight of the Dragon is the generic choice for everyone. It's the easiest to get to knighthood. Alright, let's see here. Contemplating what we want to do now. The Devil's Jug. Yeah, I mean, the reputation levels are going to fluctuate as you raise in Kinnereth and then, in Knights of the Dragon and Thieves Guild, yeah. Remember that there's a dynamic reputation system going on. Hello, miss. Any news? The archaeologists, repairers, and the smiths of Julianos hate each other. I wouldn't be surprised if someone didn't end up dead because of it. So in other words, Julianos and the Archaeologist Guild currently hate each other. This may change over time based on the dynamic reputations. Get excited for that. Like, they may reconcile their differences later. Let's ask this nice lady what she thinks. Any news? Cybiz, the Teachers of RK. Okay, so basically, the Teachers of RK just allied with an island that is controlled by vampires. That's insane. That's insane. Alright, room, go... take a nap. Yes, definitely gonna take a nap. How long? Gonna cast Cure Poison. Cure Disease. Sleep. Is now midnight. The tone of voice? That determines whether Polite uses the Etiquette skill and Blunt uses the Streetwise skill. Also, if you get taken to court, assuming like you commit a crime, and then you get taken into court, you can debate. You can basically say I'm not guilty, and then you can either debate or lie. Debating uses the Etiquette skill. Lying uses the Streetwise skill. How do you practice the Streetwise skill? Well, by talking bluntly to people. You know, how do you practice the Etiquette skill? By speaking politely. You may get information out of people they normally wouldn't give you if you get a successful speech skill check. Of course, what everyone wants, what they really want, is the Dragonish skill. My Dragonish skill is only 9%, so I can't really talk to dragons right now. Okay. Let's see here. Gonna cast Light. That should do it. Yep. It's almost 8 a.m. So let's go grab a meal from this guy. Hello, sir. Give me some fowl. We're invigorated by the meal. Not raining today. Excellent. Very happy about that. Okay, a vest. Well, I mean, that vest is going to decay the longer you use it, and then it's eventually going to break and disappear. So the real question is, what do you want to use it for? Like, when do you want to use the vest, and for what reason? So you'd use it maybe when you go to a dungeon. That's about it. It's up to you. Like, when you'd want to have that extra magic. Alright, let's continue. We're going to cross the border into Wayrest now. I believe Gallomir's somewhere. Gallowmont, sorry. Gallomir's a different world. Ashing Hall, let's go. The language skills just kind of go up as you're around those creatures. Also, you know. Let's see. Destruction if your knife breaks. Nice. Okay then. Couple more things. Thing is as it should be. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No, it's not a fast horse. This is how fast the horse goes. Time is an illusion. Here we go. Alright. Another tavern. Pretty sure we're not hungry yet. Yep, we're still invigorated from our last meal. Good. Good. We're in Wayrest now, but there's nothing I want here. Looks like Easttale is the nearest major city. So let's go there. It's 4 hours away. No problem. 4 hours away. The Arctwind co-op. Nice. Not all scripted teleports work. Good luck on that. If you do end up finding a module, like someone makes an update for Test 3 MP, like a Lua module for a Arctwind server, tell me, and that would be an interesting thing to play at some point. But I knew like Arctwind relies on heavy scripting, so I knew it wouldn't really work in multiplayer. Alright, let's continue. Going to Easttale. Only a couple hours away. No big deal, hopefully. Let's interrupt our travel really quick. I want to see. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. Okay, we can continue. S3 MP is a lot of fun, though. This is straight from the Twitters. Camelworks is preparing to go outside. Exciting, right? Look at that beard. All right. So the guy made a script patch. But, beyond that, there didn't seem to be anything. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, the Terminators target people who pose like that. Oh, boy. Whenever I see his beard, I'm reminded of a Nord. You know Nords, right?
Some people are born dumb. Like me, for instance.
Okay. Let's see here. You got to a village is completely unloaded. Yes, you have to save it and then reload, and the village will load around you. Don't be in a place where a building is, or you'll regret it. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, a full test 3 MP patch, it would just be a Lua module. People already did that for Solstheim back before the game fully supported Blood Moon. Before test 3 MP fully supported Blood Moon. Let's see here. Bandage. Orange. Apple. Bread. Good stuff. Bandage. That bandage was practically free. What kind of madness is this? Buy another fish. Adamantium battle axe. That thing looks fancy. Use it, but it looks fancy. I don't really need to do anything here. I just stopped in because I thought there might be some stuff that I'd want, but I think so. Let's continue our journey to Wayrest. We're going to the capital. We're actually in Wayrest now, but we want to get to the capital so we can meet the princess. The best up-res sprite in the game. Up this way. No, Retro, it's not randomized. The factions start off at the beginning, and then they drift over time. The world goes on without you, Retro. You aren't the thing that the world hinges on. The world goes about its business without you being there. Alright, we're going to Aldwych. Yeah, I just ran into a wall. Gotta go around. Very good. Yes. This is the closest thing to a living, breathing world that the Elder Scrolls has. Correct. It isn't, but... Let's see. Hostile encounter, try to avoid. I can't believe I got a hostile encounter right outside the city. Well, actually I do, because you get tailed by bandits. They see you leaving the city and they're like, oh, that's an easy mark, let's go get them. So I guess, yeah, that's why. A flock of birds. Don't hunt birds. Go. I already got food. Speaking of which, let's have a quick bite to eat. Give me bread. Orange. Very good. Let's go. Argonian feasting off bread and oranges. Probably just have a fish-only diet. The longer I play, the slower the big cities load. Big city just loaded. there's that crossing of the borderline. This is a Daggerfall Unity problem, not a, It might be the Villager Immersion overhaul. Who knows? Definitely not a vanilla Daggerfall problem, though. Ooh. Villager Immersion Overhaul changes the way a lot of the sprites look and work, and it also changes the behavior of certain NPCs, like it adds guards that walk around at night with lanterns lit. It creates audio sources for the villagers, so when there's a villager around, you'll actually hear people talking. Stuff like that. Like when there's multiple villagers in a certain radius, you actually hear discussion going on. Stuff like that. It's supposed to be paired up with Warm Ashes, but they do different things. I am using an early version of it, though. When I say early version, I mean it's a test build. It hasn't been released yet, so it's got some features that aren't in the version you'd get. Oh, Knights of the Rose. I keep forgetting that Wayrest has its own knighthood, Knights of the Rose. I played my last playthrough as a member of the Knights of the Rose. I'm certainly not joining them right now. Let's see here. Elixirs, bookstall, there's a pawn shop there. I don't want anything here. Let's get out of here. It's an Akatosh worshipping place. Not a fan. Mm-hmm. Okay. We need to get down to Wayrest now. Let's head on first over to the Ripcart Manor. Or just smack into a wall. That works too. There we go. Ripcart Manor. Let's go. A couple more things here. Yes, typically the temples have different relationships. Some may be an ally, some may be an enemy. And that changes as time goes on. Gonna stop for a moment. Gonna be like, it's time for fish, time for apples. Enemies. Giant! Giants and bears, oh my. Okay. Let's hit him with fireball. Emerald ready. Fireball. One more fireball should do it. Okay. We got him. Glad I've been getting some magic items. I can't use destruction myself, but that doesn't mean I don't have items that do it for me. Oh. Okay. Yes, we had a magical loincloth that used Wizard's Fire, and we had a magical brazier that shot lightning bolts. And that was our previous playthrough. Keep in mind, braziers don't exist if you're playing as a male character. They're sashes. The women can't use sashes in this game. Only braziers. Alright. Also, keep in mind that braziers take up the... both braziers and sashes take up the chest slot, meaning you can't wear them with a shirt. Pretty stupid, actually. Let's see. Like, you can wear a dress, or you can wear a brazier. Not both. Alright. Feather and woodchuck. I think that's where we'll sleep for the night. Hello, sir. Room for the night, please. Thank you. I see. Goodbye. That's a closet. This room will do. Your disease. Cure poison. Sleep. Okay, it's 4 a.m. Let's cast light twice. Sleep again. It's 7 a.m. We're good to go. Stairs, grab a meal. Yep, just some stew. Head on out. It's raining, oh boy. Go to the provisions. Of course our food's getting ripe. Go figure, apple and orange, both getting moldy. Bit ridiculous how quickly they get moldy, but whatever. Buy a new apple. Red Khajiit suit. Buy a new orange. Buy some bread. Buy a new fish. Arrows. It should be fine. Let's go. Our goal now is to get to Wayrest. How close is it? Wayrest is over here. And we are over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over to Burgate. The 3-hour journey. We should be fine. We should absolutely... Oh, interrupt your journey for what? Harpies! I hadn't had a harpy attack for a while, and then I came to Wayrest and more harpies. Go figure. Alright, we're going to use an Ice Storm Surcoat. Killed 2 of them. Last one is extra tanky. I think it didn't take much damage from the Ice Storm, sadly. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Spider venom and all. The body has no treasure. Okay, we're going. We killed the harpies, that's the important thing. Eventually our short blades will actually get up to a level where I'll be happy. In the meantime, let's eat those damn orange and apples. Yes. Ate the orange, ate the apple. Ate the salted fish. You're not hungry enough to eat the salted fish right now. Damn shame. Damn shame. Second. Chicken something. And nothing I want. Go. You can only eat when you're hungry. Yes, exactly. Can you imagine overeating and then just slowing down? Go have a little food coma. Ah, it's the David Monument. Hello, sir. Happy to see you, Whispers in Shadow. Oh boy, any news? Heard Gavlon and Festus patch up their differences. Okie dokie then, goodbye. Look, I I don't really care. We're out of here. Onwards. Nom nom. Ate the fish. Going into town. We're in Burgate. Finally. Word travels fast to a bunker in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, exactly. The Thieves Guild is here. The general store, it looks like. I don't really need anything from the general store. I just need to push on to Wayrest. Get done with this. Let's go. Get to the capital. How far is the capital? 2 hours? Let's go. We're almost done. Our travel taken so long. I bet it's harpies. It's harpies. Okay. Nobody wants harpies. Let's go ahead and use our frosty Dwenin surcoat of ice storms. Very good. I just hold up a coat. I'm not even wearing it. No, we're not hunting birds. We're hunting harpies. Stop it, game. Alright. Lich dust. Top quality stuff. Let's go. Like cliff racers, you say? You figured it out. You know the truth. I still remember installing a mod called Giants once, which overhauled all the monsters in Morrowind, added like several tiers of more difficult monsters. And I remember they added dragons that would spawn if like in place of blighted cliff racers if you were of sufficient level. And it just to watch the dragon go like a cliff